Hello and welcome to the final journey with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB and you are very, very welcome. Hi Darren, good to have you along. Yeah, it's 2:20 a.m. I'm wide awake. Always wide awake. Always, apart from when I'm sleeping. That's a different time. Yeah, back to the final map build I'm going to do for Cities Skylines 1. It's a doodle. It's a work in progress. We've got about 2 hours into the build already, completely from freehand. Literally trying to do a fantastical map with plateaus working up into this part of the map here. Water access through every of the buildable tiles pretty much. Who's that there? Hi Shake. Hi, yeah. So yes, so it's work in progress. We're very, very early into the build at the moment, so there will be a heap ton of crapness going on. You'll see over here we've got a heap ton of crapness going on with flooding, because one of the very last things that I did yesterday was I put some water spawns on here because I'd like to have some very pretty fantastical waterfall spawns. There you go. Water spawns from a waterfall out the side of a mountain. Listen, fantasy. Got it? Right? You understand? Lovely. By doing that, the river system, which was very rudimentary and very quickly drawn out, and I'm still not happy with some of the shapes of it, is going to overflow here. We have something very similar up here as well. This one doesn't seem to be overflowing at the moment, but I think that was the very last thing I placed was these two. So maybe this will still take its time and overflow. One of the things I'm not happy with, I'm not liking this shape here at the moment with the rivers. I want the river flowing in this direction. I've got to find a way for these two to merge more aesthetically. Might be with a small lake jutting up against the plateau here, and then we can feed the water out that way. That might be a way of dealing with that, I think. I'm going to stop the flooding here. Might be able to do that here actually with, if I put a, might be, oh, we have got a spawn point in there already. No, that's not going to fix it. Because it's already massively flooding. Maybe if I just ignore that and it'll go away. What do we reckon? That might go. 619. Ooh, 6:19 p.m. Just by chance, clearly. Okay, right. So anyway, we've decided that this is definitely gonna be over. Can we maybe absorb some of that there? That might be a way of stopping the flooding. Absorb some of this. This is only, oh blimey, when I said absorb some of the flooding, I didn't mean like all of the flooding. That is one way of fixing the flooding. Let's, how about something like that? There you go. Are you gonna spew some water for me? You are? Are you gonna spew enough water for me? I think it might. I think we might be okay. We'll see how that goes. But I think that's going to resolve this. This will definitely stop flooding. That was, yeah. It's not pearly. What else didn't I like here? I don't mind the shape of this now. This river is too chunky. There's work to be done here. There's work to be done every freaking where. I think what I'd like to do today, this morning, is I would like to fix this. I'm just not liking this. The reason why this is bugging me so much is the start square is here. This is literally second bubble. And therefore we're right on the middle of it, and I'm just not liking it. So I'm going to fix this, I think, first off, with did we just do a lake in this area here? I'm reluctant because we have the lake here as well, but it would give this an opportunity to loop around and in, and then yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens with a lake. Let's go with that. Oh, excuse me. So let's start with slightly larger, about that sort of size. If I go with something like this, and oh blimey, that was hearty, wasn't it? A bit too much already there. And then if we grab this smaller brush size, let's see how that looks in a few moments time. So yeah, just getting the general shapes. Obviously the only thing with any sort of accuracy I think is this, as a central triangular water feature in the city. Could be quite fun to build around. Again, probably going to work on the depth of it a little bit at some point, but in terms of actually just having something that looks like it's finished, that's really good for the soul. Very, very good for the soul. How I started St. Catherine's Point was with the Lighthouse Island, doing all the detailing on it. It's a tiny little island, but once I'd finished that one island, I figured I could do the rest of the map like that, and then the map was able to progress quite well. So yes, what's going on here? Come on, let's let this water pour away. Come on, out you go. Now, is that water trapped there permanently? I think it might be. Oh, hello. I thought I'd sorted that out. Clearly had not sorted that out. Right, that will make a lot more sense, right? Now the water pouring off of here is overpowering the water coming out of here, and I'm not sure that is the plan. How about if we did something like this, that, something like that sort of shape. It's still hideous, but it's something closer to what I can work with. The root of this will have to change. I think. Oh, let's have a look at the chat. Hey, Darren. I was in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I've heard of Oshkosh. Can't tell you much about it. Last week, and then Roundabout Crazy. Everywhere one intersection was essentially made up of 4 roundabouts. Oh, I love it. I'm moving to Oshkosh. I thought Arizona was the most roundabout obsessed. Well, maybe, yeah, maybe Wisconsin is the roundabout capital of the US of A. But yes, I mean, I'd make jokes about America not having roundabouts. You do have roundabouts. You just it's still relatively twee compared to, yeah. It's like, as I've said, I've jokingly said before, it's kind of like we have guns in the UK. I've said this before, but it's nothing. It's nothing compared to the love of the guns in the US of A. Nothing compared. Just okay. On a completely different side note, Sinead O'Connor, is she known in the United States, or was she known in the United States? Just out there, or better than that, was she known to you, Darren? Forget about the. You're not speaking for the entire United States here. We're speaking for Darren. She was she just passed away recently. Irish singer-songwriter. Rip the Queen. Yes, yes. We lost the Queen as well. Different woman. Best of my knowledge, the Queen wasn't. Queen Elizabeth II wasn't much of a singer-songwriter. I'm sure she sang around the piano at Christmas with the family, but in terms of, I'm not sure what she may have been a monarch. She may not have been, like, as Queen goes, maybe not up there with Freddie. This is mostly ripping the picture of the Pope. Of course. Of course the United States would remember her for that. I completely forgotten about that. Yes, of course. Yeah. I'd say in the UK she's probably best remembered for weeping a tear during a music video. That would be about it. I think we can actually, if we're very clever here, which we won't be, it's got way too much water. Again, we've got flooding problems, which I'm going to resolve with a spawn, I think, right about here. Right down there. Just to contain some of that. That might be too much of a kill, but it'll do for the moment. Anything that's going to control the water flow, and then we can tweak it later. Yeah, that's way too powerful, isn't it? Let's do a little bit of twizzling on that as well. Bring the capacity of that down. Hopefully the water coming down will start overflowing that. Is the water now going to find its way back out from here, is the question. If it doesn't, it's not a problem. But we stopped the flooding, right? Is that the most important thing that we've learned from this? I think it might be. How about if I do this instead? Just get rid of that one instead. Right. Let's see how that works. Yeah, the shape of this river. Whilst it is empty, right? And that's the best time to deal with the shape of a river, surely, is when it's empty. Let's fill this in and redraw it. It's about the 4th time I've redrawn this, but just haven't been happy with it yet. Let's try. I'm going to bring that up there. Bring this up a little bit further. So it runs parallel-ish with the main canal. I guess I'm going canal, for want of a better phrase. Then I'm thinking I want it. Oh, hello, please. It's way too wide. Come on. Probably about right there. Gonna want something like in that sort of shape. Something in this sort of shape, maybe. Nope, still not good. Aha. What I need to do is I need to bring that out this way and then do a wider loop. Still not good shape, but closer. Definitely closer. So maybe something like that. That works a lot better. So, shape-wise there, compared to what we had earlier, is a lot more appealing. It's still not good, but it's a lot more appealing. Are we going to put some kind of in the middle like that? I think that's better. Again, that's very rough ballparky, but that's much better. And I'm going to also do something with this. This needs an easier transition. Of this will soften some of these riverbanks. Right, let me have a little look at the chat in a second, but I think that if it fills, give it a few moments. I'll go and read the chat while that does some water shenanigans. Right, right, Darren Oklosh is the world's largest air show. And you knew her when you lived in England. What, you knew Sinead personally? Or the Queen? Of course, she was known for Nothing Compares to You. Indeed, yeah, famous. But the Pope, yes. It's amazing how different things are known in different countries, in different ways, and it can be. I mean, an absolute classic would be just something like Putin. You know, in the West, he's some kind of a tyrant, and in Russia, he's some kind of hero. And it's how the media, okay, state-owned, state-pushed, but you can say that to a degree with, take American media, British media, it's all, if you've got a newspaper, they want to sell as many copies as possible, and sometimes the best way of doing is telling people what they want to hear, and then you'll get people that actually own the papers that are supporting a particular political philosophy. So yeah, it's at different shades. Again, I'm not defending Putin at all. I'm just saying that perceptions of different aspects from different countries can be very, very different. And again, this is more of a cultural one, and how Sinead was, or cultural and religious, and how Sinead was perceived over there. Anyway, I hope the water gets a massive overhaul. Yeah, we're not seeing anything on water yet, have we? That's a little bit of a concern, but I quite enjoy the struggle. All right, let me say this: I quite enjoy the struggle. Now, I'm not saying that the water flow here is good, because it's not, but the target of the process at the moment is to get the shape right. If I can, again, this shape here is also not good. Maybe just and here as well, for that matter. And here. Right. Oh, God blimey, we've got this horrible thing in the middle. How did I miss this? Ah, dearie me. Sloppy Joe. There we go. That's going to make... So yes, it's get the shapes, and then we'll worry about water spawn points and making it all flow beautifully later. But am I happy with that as shape? I really am. That, compared to what we had at the start of the stream, is a much more pleasing aesthetic. and it's a fantasy map, so it's all about the aesthetics. So that's a good shape. Also, in terms of gameplay, while we have narrowed this up to a point that you're not really going to be doing much with it, we've still got a large... this is the start square here. Start square is good. Happy with start square. This tile is still very accessible and very playable. So I'm good with that. Right, let me go back to... I was catching up on the chat, and then I've got coffee. Coffee. Right, so this is the first series. This is the first of this series of catching. How's the whole map look? The whole map. Right, let me do a... It's very early, as you can probably imagine. I've only got, say, about 2 hours of actual work into this. It's a bit more than that, because with the stream, obviously, there's a lot of talking and answering questions and stuff. This started off as a green flat tile. All of this is terraformed by hand. All the mountains around the outside are just holding shapes. That's all. They will all be worked into more realistic mountain shapes. Again, this is what I did for this, was basically smoothed out one of these, and I got this. There's no actual work gone into that at all. There'll be terraforming coming into these to make them more aesthetically pleasing. So there's all that. There's the water spawn coming out the side of the mountain here, which will need a lot of detailing to make it work. But yes, I'm thinking water. Yes, it's a fantasy map, so I'm going for ridiculous waterfalls and stuff. But for 2 hours, I just wanted to get placeholders in, so I know that I know where I'm going to be building, and I know where the terrain has got to be like worked. But the actual layout of the 25 tiles is... Let me come out of this. So start square here, giving access to harbours, giving access to the centre of the map, which is pretty flat. Plenty of room over here for an airport. Over this side, you're getting into the more tiered territory, but it's all flat buildable space. We're going to go for Uwit's Castle up on here. And then once you get outside of this area, if you're playing with the 81 tiles, you have got a buildable slot edge around the outside. I imagine that these mountains, though, will creep down towards the edge. And then we'll just end up with, hopefully, a good-looking fantasy map, I think. So, yes, I hope the terraforming... Oh, no, you don't want it to be easier. I want it to be easier, because then everybody will be doing it. And we won't be special anymore. I like being special. My mummy said I was special. She sent me to a special school. I wonder what algorithm. Who the F knows? Syrup 2.1, right? I have a book on fluid dynamics I want to get to. Good for you. Yeah, why not? Anyway, damn, that Max looks cool. I wouldn't call it cool yet. There's still a long way. But yeah, just experience, and this was doodling. I had a rough idea, and the rough idea was the mountains around the outside, the coast, flat buildable space, plateaus, interesting water running through, and in theory, water in every tile. And I think I've got water in every tile. Yep, just about. But yeah, there's going to be little things like this where the rivers are going to be widened or fattened. This is a deliberate lake, not a flooding. It was originally a flooding, and I liked it so much I put a spawn point in it. So in terms of the shape, that's actually going to stay there. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to take a lot of work. I'm hoping to get it done in about 6 to 8 weeks total, absolute total, because in 12 weeks Nobody be playing it anymore, will they? Anyway, this is just for my own entertainment. All right, now What map has run its course, and with the top 100 maps finishes tomorrow, so that'll be done. I have a big collaboration thing I'm going to be setting up as of the end of next week, so that's coming. So between the collaboration and this, I think are going to be the two main things on the channel. And then if I can get some more of the complete guide to map making done, I will. But it's been a real headache. It's been a real headache. Just more, I think, than the rendering software can deal with. Right. Hi, Dan. I haven't watched 2. Watched most of. You didn't miss much in 2. This 2 was this morning. I had a half an hour. What I do this morning was, I think I fixed a river or something over this way, put in some waterfalls there and there. I didn't do an awful lot this morning, and all you've missed so far, I'm going to go back to doing some work in a second. Map work, not real life work, because it's 2 in the morning, 2:45 in the morning. But I've aligned the rivers here so it looks more appealing, and that is about it. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do today is the mountains around the outside, because the thing is, if all I do is river, I'm going to go mad, because the rivers are absolutely infuriating, as you know. And the rivers are going to have to be reworked after the terrain work is done anyway, because the terrain work is going to affect the rivers. So now I've got the rivers, the placeholders down, we know the routes, we know they're going to have to be tidy, but that's placeholders like the lakes. I don't think they're going to be these shapes, but they're placeholders. They're in place. We know that they're going to be wetland areas up the top here and stuff. So right, that's the plan. Anyway, let's catch up with the chat. Rice terraces in South Asia or Peru? Yeah, I'd go with that. Lots of water. Yeah, that's the best part of a map, surely. The bit you can't build on. Putin is actually a very respectable figure if you're looking from a pragmatic standpoint. Yeah. Okay. I have said this before as well. I know it's a little bit controversial, because saying anything positive about a tyrant or whatever, a tyrannical power, as Russia is being at the moment, from the Western viewpoint, I do feel for them culturally, as a culture, not as a nation. They're a proud culture. They've got a lot of historical culture going on with them. They've some amazing writing, music, sculptures, architecture, so much great culture from Russia. The thing is, the culture in the West is a lot more appealing. Yeah, it's more wantable, isn't it? Who wants to be a cold Russian? It's not really that appealing. Who wants to be an affluent American? Oh, yes, please. Because that sounds cozy. We like the idea of cozy. The Russian culture isn't built on cozy. It's built on harshness and work and toil. And so, with Western culture being so enticing, it is eroding Russian culture. So I can understand why. And again, this is not giving any justification for this, but I can understand the thought process behind, let's get a barrier between us and the West, which they had for 40 years with the Eastern Bloc. But now the Eastern Bloc has gone and basically West stops right on their border. I understand the desire for something like a Ukraine. I know it's more than this. I know it's more than... it's about military power. It's about influence. It's about a whole bunch of other stuff. But part of it is with culture, where if you have a big block between you and the West, it's harder for the culture to seep through. It's more complicated than that. Internet is making things more difficult. But I feel for them a bit. as a culture. But invading a sovereign nation is not the way to deal with it. I don't know what is the way to deal with it. Maybe having a better culture, but cultures come and cultures go, as they say. Anyway, that's my take on it. Anyway, I feel for the Russians in general, because yeah, they wouldn't choose to go to war. Surely they're going to war because they've been told to, like pretty much every soldier of every country ever. Really, I feel. Anyway, yes, he's not very favourable humanitarianly. Yeah, quite right. I'd take special classes too. Marshes and keys. The thing is with the keys, I'm tempted not to use any on this map. Maybe only in the immediate harbour area. Sort of coming up this way. But I'm tempted. The thing is, when you start putting keys down, where do you stop? Right? So maybe here, here, and then here, here. But I'm actually tempted not to use any at all. That's my thought there. But what if they added sinkholes and ground material conditions to consider when building? And you could implement laws to prevent earthquakes. Yes, because that's how earthquakes work. I don't know why. I don't know why Schwarzenegger didn't do that. Yeah, he's got a lot of power. A lot of... he's not in power anymore, is he? He's done his course, isn't he? I think. But anyway, whoever is in charge in LA, why don't you just implement a law saying there can't be any earthquakes? Brilliant. Oh, to prevent for earthquake. Most of us are pretty impoverished. You're not wrong, Dan. I'm with you there. Might well use keys here since they're not in CS2. This is true, actually. I'm going to miss the keys. Anyway. Right. Let's do some worky. That's what we're here for, surely. See, I've lost a couple of live viewers by waffling for too long. Again, it's not about the viewers on this one. This is about me doing the map build that I might as well be oh, come on. If I'm going to be doing a map build, I may as well be sharing it. And I'm not doing any editing, because the more, if I'm doing editing, that just eats into more time. Things like time I could be using on... Why not? It's on the maximum strength. I have. There we go. That's the one. So yeah, Cities Skylines 2 o'clock is going to need a edit for this week. Got this old gamer as the special guest this week. Haven't recorded it yet. That'll be tomorrow evening. Do like this old gamer. Lovely bloke. Really lovely bloke. Doesn't have enough subscribers. Mind you, who does? Who does? So yeah, this old gamer this week, and then let's just give these mountains a little bit more of a believable angle, and then we can come and terraform the hell out of them to give them... Is that going to work? Oh, it will. Look at that. That'll do nicely. Boosty, 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 boosty. And then up here, nice. Is that broken my river? Nope. Good, good. We'll just edge up alongside here. Not going to do too much to this waterfall area, because we've only just stopped the flood. We'll come and rework that one fully. We go and actually do the area. Right, how's that looking? That's nay bad at all. Yep, that'll do. Why do we have all this? Oh, this was going to be room for these mountains to extend into. That's okay. I can live with that. That's good. In fact, what I'll do to remind me of that is let's go with a big old brush across here like this into this area. We'll do a smooth on all of that as well. Right, okay, so that's a slightly less ridiculous outside. Now we can do some work on making the mountains feel more mountain-like. Surprising using wood for... What's that? Why have I got a heart here? Oh, I can see. Framing. Surprising using wood for framing. I'm confused. Hang on, let me go. Have I missed something? When you start putting keys down, where do you stop? Yes. I got you, Dan. I've worked you out already, yeah? Never fully understand the point of keys other than decorative. Yeah, true. Keys DLC. Well, is that not part of the harbours and seafronts or something, maybe? Possibly? California, Japan, they have statues to build skyscrapers in certain ways to prevent them from toppling over. Oh, statutes. Duh. Yes, not statues, statutes. To build skyscrapers in certain ways to prevent them toppling over. Quite right. Quite right, yeah. They're the design for build. If we have an earthquake here in the south of England, my building falls over. It's only 2 stories, and it'll fall over. It's stone built, and it's about 300 years old. It wouldn't take much. Use wood for framing. Of course, I get you. Earthquake damage reduction techniques for skyscrapers is really interesting. Oh yeah, when I first found out about that like pendulum thing that hangs down the middle of skyscrapers, I had no idea. It's like a counterbalancing. So when the whole building swings, it absorbs, shock absorption. Easy for me to say. Shock absorb. I forget it. Fuck it. Shock absorption. There you go. Get all the b's in there. You think somebody with 3 B's in their name, they could say they're bees, right? Anyway, shock absorption. There we are. Much better. Right, okay, let's do some... I have no idea. This is trial and error for a minute, alright? Bear with me on this one. Nope. Nope. I'm going to go for some ridges. Looks like we're going to need a larger brush. There we are, that's better. What are my plans for CS2 now? Me? What are my plans for CS2 now? I plan on waiting for CS2 because it's not out yet. And when it comes out, I'm going to have it from day one because I have a YouTube channel that has a large Cities Skylines subscription base, and they're probably going to expect me to be doing something with the new game when it comes out. So that's my plan. It's a complicated one, I know. Beyond that, when the game comes out, I'm I'm definitely going to be doing some Let's Plays, because I need to learn how to play it. Plus, people are going to want to watch people playing it from the off. I know I'm not going to get the big views, because there are the big players out there who are far better than me in doing city builds, and so they're the ones that get the big views. You know, the people, the $2 and the there was not I love candies, the few candies, and so on. Fancy getting the name wrong like that. Sorry. Yeah, just make up some names. And there's plenty of other great creators. So I don't expect to. How's that looking for a mountain anyway? That's way better, isn't it? Way better than what we had. I might move on from that one and move on to this one. Maybe tie it into this one. Seems a thing. So yeah, in terms of planning, yeah, it'll be learn the game, make some Let's Plays, switch over, assuming we've got a workshop for Cities Skylines 2. It's not been confirmed yet, so I'm not saying we've definitely got it, but assuming there's a workshop, then switching over the chart show, not Cities Skylines. What's my height on here? Oh, sod it. Click. Near peak height. We don't actually have much. There isn't any room to grow there. Right, so we've got to go downwards. I understand. I got it. I get the hint. Yeah. Take some of that out like that. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, really. Learn the game, get good, and then maybe we look at things like whether we need a what map, or if we do need a what map, what sort of what map do we need? Do people want the best map for the next city build, or there we go, a bit more interest there, or is it one for the map purists, in which case I'm reluctant to go big time on it, because it's a lot of time investment. Come on, water. Do you need some help? I think you need some help. Or, better than that, getting rid of that one. Well, that's making it even worse, isn't it? Okay, let's top you up down here. Maybe that'll give us a top up if enough water there. Your mountain needs sharp points that stands out across the map. Yes, we're going to have to go for a fantasy map. We do need the pointy type mountains, but to get the pointy type mountains, we're going to need to lower the heights. Show you what I mean. Because this mountain is basically a peak, and there we go. Brush size 1, or close as. That is how much higher we can go. So to get a point, we've got to narrow this peak down. We've got to whittle it down. Some of these we're going to drop. I think I might go for maybe a couple of iconic points. Here. This is waterfall area. I'm liking the idea of these being quite pointy. So these would be just framing. And then some of the others being the pointy ones. Let's drop the height of the middle of this. There we are. And then that would work, I think. Can we do something like that there? Take the shoulder off of that. And then back to the I was taking the shoulder out. If I just put the shoulder back into it. Hang on. Hold your brush. Liking that adds. Let's put an extra ridge. In here. How about something like that? That might work. Something a bit iconic, something a bit different. Different shape. I'm all for that. That looks pretty dramatic. I just don't want it encroaching on the 25 tiles. Oh, the Morro Bay reference. Oh. Okay, we'll put in the Morro Bay spike. Hang on, where are we? Right here. Okay, we'll do it for you. Right about here on this knuckle. Maybe not that much. There we go, a Morro Bay pimple. I hate that. Do you know what? I hate it so much. That's going to bug me. I can leave it there for now. I'm not going to be able to live with that. Dan, I hate you. I hate you so much. Right, let's do... I think this could work with nothing alongside it behind. Let's drop the land behind. Here. And do some kind of... Right. Making this into more of a how high can we go here? And what height are we now? Again, right at the peak. Right, so let's do... Just distracted. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about me. Just distracted for a moment. You know, I've got half an eye on the CCTV at any given time in my life. No, not liking this. Let me drop. A more handleable angle there. And maybe a more handleable angle like that. And do something like this as well. We'll work some terrain into this so it feels a bit more like about here. Smaller brush. Round's better. Oh blimey, that was horrible. Sorry, my control went completely there. Right, so then we'll do a little bosh on the head. There we go. That's a bit more interesting in the hole. And then we can use this to terraform this into something a bit more interesting. What exactly? Not feeling it yet. Oh, ouch. On the height on that at the moment. Still a little bit of we've hit the peak there. Don't think we're going to end up with a spike on this one. Short of actually taking these edges off. And alright, we'll see what we can do. Come on. Do what I ask of you, please. Actually, it might even work like that. Down you come, like so. Right, how's that looking? It's too pointy. It's too pointy. Just, it's a nice idea, but it's just too pointy. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I think we will have the pointy mountains, but we just won't have them here. We do a big smush. There we go. How does that feel? That just works better with those. It's not iconic enough though. I think this needs to be chiseled a bit more as well. Take some of the bulk out of this. Well, it'll do for the moment. It's not amazing. Let me just check the chat. Hi guys, good to see you're chatting. Big old bridges. Good, good, good. One thing your map doesn't have. Bad. Bug-ridden mess for the next 2 months. Oh, well, yeah. It is Unreal Engine. No. No, 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 no. It's not Unreal. It's not Unreal. No. That was one of those urban myths that I helped to spread. Sorry. We are still in the Unity engine, but instead of Unity whatever 1.5 or whatever we were in with Cities Skylines 1, we're now Unity 12.6 or something. So it's a much better engine. It's not even comparable. I'm going to immediately try to make a map for CS2, so bet I'll have one of the first What map reviews, if there is one. If there is a What map. Your mountain needs a sharp point. Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, hang on. I must have missed some comments. Sorry, I'm catching up. Waiting for him to forget and to smooth it out. Yeah, it didn't take long. The hills are good. Please remove that bump or put a big rock there, like Dumbledore. Many, many waterfalls. Yes, imagine City Skylines cake. Now I want cake. 2019, my roommate watching the baking shows, so I did too. Saw some amazing cakes. Oh, the Great British Bake Off. It's about the only country in the world where you could make a show called the Bake Off. We've got some others. We've got the Great British Sewing Bee. I mean, literally a sewing show. I mean, I've not watched it. The main host, I'm not a big fan of, so I can't get my head around him. He's a lovely boy. I say boy, he's probably late 30s now, but it's not his campness. I mean, he is gay. It's just him. I don't really like him. Give me Alan Carr. Love Alan Carr. Anyway, chiseled a bit more. What's the part you like best? What? Chiseled a bit more? Anyway. Speaking of someone in game development, Unity isn't the best. Unity has received... Well, yes, bless you. Thank you, Poetry. But certainly it's a better engine than the one Cities Skylines 1 was built on, yeah? Would I be right in making that assumption as somebody who doesn't write code? That'd be my response. Would Unreal be a good simulation engine for a city builder? It's really good for aesthetics, I'll give you that, but would it be a great city builder engine? Again, I'm in no position to make judgments. I lean on you guys for my knowledge and take my education that way. How's that? These external hills are feeling a lot more pleasing now. Oh, we've hit the cap on that one as well. Oh yeah. There's one thing with the new game. The height limits are much higher apparently. So if we are going to be doing map building, and it is if, then we'll be able to have a lot more fun. Small brush. Suppose we can. Oh, that hurts. Didn't like that one at all. Unity is best for portability and modding. Ah, okay. So, is that guaranteeing that we're going to have a workshop with modding? There's a question. Yeah, and portability, obviously, we're not talking about something being carried, are we? We're talking about moving it across to consoles and stuff. I'm guessing, again. I'm guessing because you're the brain. I'm just the looks. Which is bad news. Oh, man. Did I tell you this one? I think I might have shared this story. It's quite a recent one. There was a customer of mine, and well, we were just talking or something, and it basically came up that I was single. And but yeah, she basically said, "Oh, you're so sweet, and how are you still single?" And I pointed at my face, and she went, "Oh, right." I thought, "You bitch." You bitch. It's alright me saying it. It's like if she'd gone, "Oh, I'm so ugly," to which you go, "Oh no, you're a good looking woman." Even if she's not, you say the nice things, don't you? But no, I just pointed at my face and she's like, "Yeah, oh yeah, right. Yeah, fuck you then, lady." Pardon my language. It's like, we did laugh. And she didn't realise her faux pas instantly. But because I was laughing, she didn't apologise. Even so, come on, lady. Be nice to an old man. Oh, I cry. I stand no hope. Got a face for radio or podcasting. There we go. Anyway, oh, how about? I think that's probably going to be a really bad idea, but let's do it anyway. See what happens. This is a doodle map. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. A map. I'm going to doodle, and hopefully, it'll look all right. What we're looking at here. You have a good face, photographically speaking. What you mean, a good face for breaking cameras? I'm with you. Listen, Dad. I appreciate the compliment, right? As a guy to a guy, I appreciate the compliment. But first of all, it would mean more if you're a heterosexual woman, which best I understand you're not. And and secondly, I've seen this face for a long time now, okay? I used to shave. I stopped shaving because I didn't want to see it anymore. Oh, and if I was, photographically speaking, that good, women would be throwing themselves at me, surely. And that really doesn't happen. They tend to throw themselves away from me. Oh, dear. You know, I am the reason the word maybe was invented. Yeah. When you go up to a lady and, or you've been talking to the lady for a while and you and the lady are getting on and you say, what do you say one day we go and have a cup of coffee? And she says, yeah, maybe. Because you know it isn't going to happen. As soon as she says maybe, you know it's not going to happen. So, yeah, maybe. Oh, dear. Ooh, I'm liking that. It's about the first thing I've done that I've really liked today. That. Come out of this. Oh, I like that. The way it catches the light is beautiful. Beautiful. Anyway, let's catch up with the chat. Looking forward to Yosemite Valley and Cities Skylines II. Yeah. You're just an artist. Well, bless you. Thank you. Thanks, Dan. But yes, I got a face for radio and podcasts. It's fine. I can make my wealth doing that. I also, this might be a bit too much information here. I have a good butt. All right. It's one thing I know. You know, when you look at a woman and you go, oh, she's got a great rack, or she's got a great ass, or whatever, you know. I know. One of my strong aesthetic features, if it's something you really want to be looking at, is apparently I have a good butt. And I've heard that more than once. It also means that you can't see my face. So it's a win-win. Was I splitting the river? Originally, I split the river, didn't I? Was I still splitting the river? Do I want to split the river? I think I do. Don't think I want this route for this river this way. It's a bit convoluted. Doesn't make any sense at all. So we will move that. I will also fill in these gaps here. Right, are we contained? We're not. Nearly contained. It's trying really hard to be contained, isn't it? Ah, dear. I do like a good laugh. I mean, what's not to like about a good laugh, eh? How's that looking? Better? Much better. Nice one. Yeah, I'm happy in myself. That's what matters. I don't need a woman. They definitely don't need me. Right. Oh, goodness me. Right, okay, this is... I might have to slow the traffic. The traffic flow? What traffic flow? The water flow. Let's slow it down. There we go. That was originally what this was for, I think. No, that was to top the rivers up. So let's let this water find its way through. It's going to think its way through that way. The mountains over this side are a lot more pleasing. They're not great. I want to work them some more. This one, the problem with this one is it faces this way. Aesthetically, that looks better than that. This one's okay because it's a nothing. It's a transition mountain down to the coast. This one's not bad. Whichever way you look at that one, you're getting a good shape out of it. This one, from the main angle, the start square here, it's not good. I'm going to have to strengthen. I'll probably do this now. Let's do it now. Let's strengthen this. Use this one from that to here. That line there is what needs to be strengthened. Put that line up this way. We should, if I take out some of the weight over here as well. Not that this is necessarily perfect, but hopefully with this ridge, that instantly looks better. The eye is drawn up into the hills that way. Well, there you go. I fixed the mountain. I fixed it. Old Boar was comparing his face to his peach. Oh, hi, Old Boar. Again, did someone feature in the map remind you of your posterior? No. I wasn't comparing my face to my peach. It was, well, I was. But not in the way you're thinking. Oh, dearie me. Hey, Old Boar, I sent you an email regarding your suggestion for... Oh, what did I do here? Your suggestion for what map? Check your emails. Check them, check them, check them, check them, check them. Or something. Or don't check them. Mind you, I haven't checked mine in the last 24 hours, so you may have responded. And I've not seen it. So there you go. But I have been in touch. There we go. How's that looking there? I'll drop that right down. What the hell? The corner of my map can be... How low can you go? Look at that. Below sea level. Hey! No. No, that's silly. Alright. Let's use the smooching tool. A little smooch in the corner. Yep. Needs a different theme. Less cliff? How dare you? How very, very dare you? I've already been through a couple of themes on this. Right, so originally we were Montebello. I come out from there. There you go. Let's go back to... So we're currently in Horsky Prismic. I kind of like this. Montebello, which is a great theme. Very, very great theme. Where are you, Montebello? There we go. Is that... Which has a much more vanilla feel to it. And I like it. As a theme, I like it. But I don't think it works so well for the waterfalls. The waterfalls are either it's water or it's rock. If we look at this same waterfall by going back into Horsky Prismic, find it again. I think for the waterfalls, these are much more beautiful. And it's going to be a waterfall map. So I think we're going to stick with the cliffs. Once we get some foliage here as well, it should definitely... Marble Falls. What's the name of the map? Haven't got one yet. Somebody in the last stream or the stream before came up with Bow Plateau, which I kind of like. I'm not going to lie, I do kind of like it because it is plateaus and bow means like nice. Yeah, basically, sort of. So Bow Plateau is a good working title. But in the same way the working title for St. Catherine's Point was Duveau, and then that ended up as the name of my town that I built on it. Bonbon Island was always Bonbon Island as a holding name, and it ended up as the release name. I think Bow Plateau will do until we come up with something better. I'm thinking something along the lines of finale, but I don't want to do finale because you require the accent over the E, or the ultimata or ultimato. Basically, to something to indicate this is the last map or something. But yeah, it's whichever way we're going to be looking at this map, I want it to be aesthetically enticing, that you want to get in and you want to build. Still say we've got a load of river work to do, but yeah, I think I'm about done for tonight. How long have I been on? Hour and 20, and it is 3:30 in the morning here, so I might go and put my head down for a nap so I'm fresh for the morning, because I have work. Some of us have to work, like most of us have to work. But yeah, in terms of the theme, let's do a little bit of theme rather than doing any work. Let's move the window over here, and yeah, let's have a look at. So we got the start square. Well, sorry, the edge of tile there. But let me leave that on there. Let me go through a few of these, shall we? Valhalla. It's a nice clean theme, isn't it, Valhalla? Oh, the base game. Snowfall. Yay. Tropical. Eek. Temperate. Temperate works. There's your Boreal and European themes there. And we've got a game lag there. Ooh, how about that? Something called Working by Deacon. Horseshoe Bay, which is very dry. This is, let me pull the camera to there so we can see the mountains in the background as well. Almost a bit of a milkiness to the rivers there. Steam theme by Random 5. Remember Steam? I mean, it's striking. It could work. Japan. And Bisconoche. I think I got that close to correct. So you're thinking like a Boreal theme is. I don't really want to go vanilla Boreal. Vale of Leven. It's a nice theme. Again, do I feel this for the map though? It's striking. It's iconic, but again, the waterfall doesn't really do anything for me. Alba. Tropical, HD, Polynesia. Thing is, you look at something like that and you go, oh, that's a horrible theme. It's a horrible theme for this map. On another map, used correctly, this theme could be absolutely stunning. There's one of those with the Mossy Mountain style effect. Munro, Uvaspina. That's quite nice. Uvaspina. It's nice. In terms of the waterfall, I think this might work for the waterfalls. The problem with this one, though, is I would need to rework the mountains completely. Those mountains that we've just done, look at them. They're crap. They're just so crap. Oh, man. Don't rework the mountains. It was been the winter. I prefer the winter. And we got Hextopia, Colorado summer, Aegean theme, how's Albedo? This is the one I'm running with, Horski Primisk. At the moment, I'm open to change. I just haven't seen anything I prefer yet. Black Gold, Crown Mountains. That's not bad. That's not bad. Still prefer. Let me scroll. There you go. I prefer that for the waterfalls. Oh, not that though. But I do like that. Come on, Crown Mountains. I do like that as a theme. It's a nice theme. What waterfall were we on? This one? Don't know if we were on this one, but it will do. Melbourne. Power Valley. It's a very striking one, Power Valley. Very tempted to use this one. It's a really good fantasy map theme. It's so bold, so striking. BonBonB Falls. Ooh. Oh boy, that's a good one. Hang on, let's go back up. Boreal seems a bit. Boreal was my fave too. My map was called, built around it, but it was recently called a Boreal Coast. But a Bon Coast works. Keeping ABC. Oh, a Bon Coast. I get it. There's a Play-Doh theme. I haven't got Play-Doh theme. BonBonB Falls. I like BonBonB Falls for the name. That might be the new holding title. Tropical Paradise. Problem is, gonna have to make the falls really good, right? That's striking. Snoosby, what have you done there? Mediterranean. I like it, but I don't like the cliff texture from a distance. Those mountains from a distance just almost look scaly. Epsilon. Come on. Oh, that was the Epsilon. Sorry. Epsilon there. Grand Canyon. Vice or Vic Viceland. Broken Hill. European Summer. Outback Temp. Reaper Real. Homecoming. The old everybody uses Homecoming, and yet look at the blanket effect on the sides of the mountains there. Such a popular theme. It was just, that's a big flaw with it. Realistic 1.5.5 temperate. It's a nice theme, nice and bright. New Hope. Abu Simbel. Aegean. Aguil Vert. Nice theme. Alaska Final. This is a good theme, by the way. Bit dark. Let me do. This is a potential. This is a very much potential. waterfalls. And the problem is you're fighting that is with the brightness. It's just a little bit too foreboding. So that was Alaska final. Let's come back down to Horsky. You definitely prefer Horsky. Alpine Reserve. Alps Dolomites. Angels BonBonB Voyage. Oh, feels a bit problem with Voyage is it is also Voyage, which is more of a sailing map. Don't think that works so well. But falls, there's going to be plenty of falls on the map. Just the pressure is then on me to make the falls pop. Autumn ski result. That's striking. Again, I don't really like the cliff texture from a distance. Backley. Bermuda. Biomes. Very cartoon. I like it. Expecting Roadrunner to nip across the front of the screen right now. Black Rock Mountain. Bonita Vista. Miyagi Boreal Snowy Peaks. Boreal Summer. Boulder City. Bright Road. European theme. It's quite nice. Definitely usable. Definitely usable. Again, though, not feeling the waterfalls. Tropical, Canada summer, Celtic coast, Central Australia, Central European, clear winter. Pull the camera back a little bit close to that there. It's a good theme, clear winter, by the way. Just sort of say that. Clara. Never been a fan of the Clara theme. I love it, and I can't ever see a way that I would use it. Coastal. This is it. Coastal's a really strong theme, but look at this texture on the cliff face. Really strong theme. Just have to be very careful how you use it. Cold Spring by Nico Lav. Oh, Nico Lav, Windy Plateaus creator. Colorado Rockies. That's in your face, isn't it? Thanks, Zardas. Coos Bay. The lovely, lovely Coos Bay theme. I mean, come on, this is Bonbon Island, isn't it? Could I do another one like this? I'm not going to use the same theme again. But even the waterfalls work. I'm not going to use Bonbon Island. I'm not going to use Coos Bay again. Damarit Island. You like Celtic Coast? Now, let's go back down to the Celtic Coast. There we go. Celtic Coast. Yeah. Again, though, look at how much work I'm going to have to redo on the mountains. It's a good, clean image. I just need a little bit more visibility of the cliff face. Darth. That's striking. Actually, that is very striking. Wouldn't need to rework the mountains, although I would. See how the mountain texture is here. I'm a believer in working with the mountain texture, and that, to me, Looks like the mountain texture is being stretched over a ridge. Always work. If you've got strong texture like this, work with the texture. So this looks good here. This kind of works, but that doesn't feel right at all. What I'd be inclined, if I had this, see how we got the knuckle here, I'd want the knuckle on that point, so I'd have to reshape the mountain to make sure that this becomes more prominent, not this section. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of work if I was to switch that, but that is pretty striking. Coos Bay. Oh, Close Bay. Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, Coos without an E on the end as well. That's Coos. Dolores. Oh, there's one for your eyesight. Another Dolores. Nice. I mean, yeah. Dothraki. Dreamy. It is dreamy. I'll give dreamy. I'll give them their due. That is a dreamy theme. England. I live in England. This looks nothing like England. All right. just nothing like it. But thanks, Squash. European cold. Yeah. Fairy realm. That's nice. Okay, I can see this being used by somebody. Not me today, not on this map. But this is far from hideous. Foundale Waters, this is a good one as well. This is actually potentially an alternative. It's a bit on the darker side. I don't mind it for the waterfalls either, actually. Foundale Waters is a potential. Right, let me see how that works. Still don't think it's up to the horse ski though. Might now to do a little. Where was horse ski? I've lost your horse ski. I've lost it. Oh, there we go. Ready? It's brighter. And let's get back up to the Foundales. I'm going to switch it back over now. You're fighting with the shadows in the mountains, I think, with this one. A bit too much. What have we got going on down there? Let's have a little look. Dreamy is nice, I agree. Fairy Realm has what Dreamy has, but better. I agree with that. Fairy Realm has gummy water. Oh, I've got to go and have another look at the gummy water. Fairy Realm. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's not horrible. It's, yeah. Oh. Fisher. Garden State. Generic Temperate. This is a good one, normally. Not on this map, but it is a good one. Germany theme. Also a good one. Not for this map, but again, another good one. Gilead map. Oh, hello. Glacier Fjord. Grassland. Yes, grassland. Again, though, you can... Right, even from here, we're getting the texture tiling. Green Mountain. That's very green. Stark Desert. Stark. Sorry, Happy Desert by Stark. You're not wrong. Hazard. It's a good theme again. Don't see that used enough. Very nice theme. Ice Cold. So you're not wrong. Icy Waters by Eggsy. Wow. Eggsy. That's a theme right there. If I was doing a snowfall map here, doesn't work for the waterfalls really, but if I was doing a snowfall map, That's because you got the black and the white. That's a really, really inspired. Inda. Oh, hello. Hello, baby. Stop everything. I'm not going any further. Anybody disagree? Eggsy's so good, so sad. Yes. Inda. Hello, Inda. Do we need to go any further? Do we need to go any further? The water feels nice. The waterfalls are pleasant. The texture of the mountains, the rock texture is really good close up. There's no repeating patterns from further away. The grass, I mean the regular land is. Let's do the check the resources, I guess. It doesn't have gummy water. Still some repetition, yeah, here, but you're always going to get a little bit of that. Let's do just a little. I just want to see what I'm going to be working with. I think we've got to use Inda. Who's it by? Krupto Russ. Krupto from Russia, I do believe. I haven't any problem with that. He's not Putin, is he? Right. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it is Putin. Right. So we have ore. We have oil. Interesting. We have fertile. They're individually distinct. I like that. They're usable. And... oh, ow. But also... you know what I'm doing here, don't you? I don't think this is necessarily the best bit of... does that look like snow or does that look like sand? It does look like sand, doesn't it? It was an idea. All right. Yeah, it's a little... it wasn't quite sandy enough. Sorry, snowy enough. But it was an idea. It was worth a try. Look one more time at Crown Mountains. I will do that in a second. But in terms of the sand, I think the sand's going to work for tropical style beaches. These for texture work and also for detailing are excellent. I have no problems with... I'm going to leave them in place. In fact, let me put these sands back down. There we go. Because somebody wants to have a look at Crown Mountains. Who was that? That was... oh, Boar. You want to look at Crown Mountains. We will do that from here, right? Let's do that. That I've skipped past it already is not a good sign. Where was Crown Mountains? Was it down the bottom? Or was it down the bottom? Oh, there it is. By Attis. Give it an opportunity to be... there we go. So that's option 1. Option 2, which was Horsky. The disadvantage of Horsky, as far as I'm concerned, is the fertile and the oil aren't, well, I mean, just about make out the oil. The fertile, there's no real difference at all. And the sand is more gravelly. but I do like this. And then we have the power of Inder. Which does need the intensity pushed up on. Am I on Inder? There we go. About that. There we go. From quite a distance, it loses some of its punch. But from medium distance and from close-ups, I think that's my winner. Marble Falls. Hang on a second. Why don't you try the Mars theme? I can think of one very good reason not to try the Mars theme. I should really go to bed. That's a very good reason not to try the Mars theme. Marble Falls. Oh, look. Okay. I'll show you Marble Falls. Because we can't be that far from Marble Falls. There we go. Ready? Even with tweaking the light settings, I don't see that working at all. So I'll bring that back up. Back to Inder. What was the Kathmandu Boreal like? It's very nice. Just tropical. Jeju, Italian coast, Inder. We're done. We are very much done. Lava Red Rocks theme. Yes, I did have a look at that on the first stream. It was hilarious. Go on then. There's, for anybody who's watching who hasn't seen it, with the Lava Red Rocks, which is, of course, technically, although I didn't make it, it was made for me, but it's under my name. All right, there we go. Lava Red Rocks with the potential for actual lava. It's a joke. It might even work. Oh dear. Yeah, no, I'd have to, again, we've got the same problem with the rock textures. I'd have to rework the mountains to take proper advantage of it. Yeah, no. But thanks for the laugh. Inder. There we go. Decision has been made. A different LUT. My email did not come through. Hang on. Whilst you're in live chat, let me go and log into my emails. And email and sent. It doesn't look like it's bounced back. I'll send you another one. I'll send you a copy. It's not bounced back. Definitely not. Check your spam. The title of the email is BonBonB. So you're just looking for the title of the email title to be BonBonB, and it does work well. The Red Rocks. Yeah. I'll send you another one in the morning. I'm going to go to bed now, but yeah, I'll send you another one in the morning. But yeah, check your spam, because it's not bounced back, so it should be with you. Assuming you, I copied and pasted the email address you sent me. So assuming you sent me the right email address, I won't mention it now for obvious reasons. Right. You check the spam. Yeah. Go to bed too, Dan. Good plan. Good plan. Yeah, I'll send you another one. I'll do that in the morning. And yeah, I'll say put my head. It's 4 a.m. here now, so I'm going to be carried away by the moonlight shadow. And that is a lyric in a song that has really bugged me for all these years. It still bugs me to this day. 4 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me, Mike Oldfield. 4 a.m. is always in the morning. I know it works for the lyrics, but even so. Right, I think we've got the theme. I don't need to rework anything, and everything looks good. And we've got some nice resource colours to play with as well. Yeah, I'm happy. I think we've got ourselves the beginnings of what could be a very nice map indeed. But that's it for now, right? I've been planning on ending the stream for about half an hour now, so I'm going to actually do it. Thanks everybody who's here. Thanks everybody who's chatted. Thanks Dan. Thanks Old Boar. Thanks Poetry Flynn. I was scrolling up. If I missed anybody, I'm sure there were some people earlier in the stream that I've. We had briefly. We had Parker. Parker was here, and there's probably Darren was here very early on as well, and Shake Styles. Oh, Shake, I missed you completely. If you're still here, sorry. I see. I do look at the chat. Just sometimes I don't read it. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Don't forget, in 4 hours time we have the second best map of all time as voted by you, and then tomorrow it all comes to an end, apart from like the bits that don't come to an end. But yes, we'll wind up this 100 map countdown. I wish I hadn't started it now. I wish I'd just done the top 20, but hey, the top 100, we've done it, we've completed it. And then at the end of next week we will have the start of the collaboration series, where I want everybody to get involved and do a little bit of building. But yes, the map is going to be, I think it's going to be a good one. It just needs a lot of work, and that's not going to happen right now. That's it. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and sleep tight.